Hello. So I wanted to start putting out videos about tips and tricks and stuff like I had mentioned. But I fell off my bicycle recently like an idiot, and I've kind of been in a pain and not really motivated, but nice and sunny today, so kind of in the mood to give it a shot. And for the first one, I figured just go over something simple, chromatic ascensions and descensions. So what that is it's just moving up or down in semitones. And if you don't know what a semitone is on a guitar, it's just the distance of one fret. So an example of a chromatic ascension is just going up one fret at a time. And the descension is the opposite. You're going down one fret at a time. Now, I don't really want to get too much into the theory of things, because one, I'm not, a music theory master or anything, and I don't want to spread misinformation. I'd prefer to talk about the bigger picture of, these musical concepts for, like an emotional, philosophical standpoint. Like, how can you actually use these things in terms of, like, how it feels in the context of a song? So, one thing I will note with this, though, is that you're playing these semitones in order, so there's a really high possibility you're going to hit notes that are out of key with whatever you're trying to put it into, whether it's a chord progression or, whatever's going on in the music you're creating. So that's something you need to be aware of, and you'll need to accommodate for it, because you could get some, nasty close intervals that don't sound too pleasing. Or you could use that to your advantage. It's really up to what your intentions are. But so to talk about the feel of all this, to me, and probably a lot of people would agree, going up, it feels, like it's rising and exciting, and going down, it's kind of like a sense of falling. It just kind of, as things go up and down, it's sort of, I would guess, kind of a natural response for most people. Like, ooh, wow, where are you going? Where are we going? Where are you taking me? Sort of a feeling. And then when we go the other way, it's like, oh, going down. Oh no, I fell off my bicycle. Boo-hoo. Woe is me. So, yeah, and you will see it in some scales. And I just learned that there is actually the chromatic scale, which is literally just like all 12 notes of the scale. And then in blues scales, if you have your A minor pentatonic, it's just an example, with the blue note, you get this three note. You could have that chromatic ascension or descension in there. That's just one example of somewhere where you'll find it out in the wild, and it's fairly common. And I think I'll also just give some examples. So in my song Plastic Clouds, I really use this heavily. Sort of, it's kind of the main point of, I guess, what would be the bridge, or maybe it's still part of the verse, I'm not sure. But the bulk of the verse sort of is kind of just going between this diminished triad here and this open major shape. This would be an A major, but I'm tuned a full step down, so it's technically G, but we can ignore that. But the way the song goes is it just kind of alternates between these two. And then it just goes up in these major triads, and then diminished triads down to this one here. So if we just extract the bass note where the chromatic ascension is most prominent, it's just this, this, and then down to the open D string. But so, yeah, and if you haven't heard the song and you're curious where that goes or how that ends up, is it just... So, it kind of has a lot of suspense and tension in there, and kind of resolving it that way. It's kind of like this build-up and then the let go, the release, in a way. It just kind of ended up that way. And the song is about pollution and kind of the concern and the woes of it. And so in the context of that, to me, it's kind of like this building up of uncertainty and that sort of a thing. I just kind of sort of found this movement here by chance when I was playing around, and that sort of song about pollution and stuff was something in my head that I kind of then decided to associate with that movement. And so finally, I will just give an example from a popular music song. I can't guarantee I'd be able to do this every time for each concept, and hopefully I can play this. I haven't done this song in a while, but it's just Between the Bars by Elliott Smith, probably one of his top 3 most famous. In the chorus, I believe it would be the chorus, there's this chromatic descension. So I'll just play up to it and then through it, and then afterwards point out where it is. So it's like this. Just like that. So I don't think I need to play the whole thing to explain it, but the chromatic descension is in the bass here of this. And in the context of that song, Between the Bars, it's referring to, you know, a night of drinking, probably quite heavily, and being in between bars as places to drink is the, I don't know, the character or the whole idea of the song is moving on to the next watering hole. And this chromatic descension here, it just really gives that sense of dread of like, oh boy, going down the drain again, you know, kind of giving in to dependency and giving up on the things that you could be doing and who you could be. So, and I don't know his intention because I am not him, but to me, when I hear the song, that's kind of the impression that I got. And this chromatic descension as like a musical tool fits really well with that. So I think that's all I'll say for this. Give me a like and subscribe if you think this is interesting, because that's a really good way to, you know, objectively let me know that I should keep trying to do videos like this. I know it's very informal. I'm sorry about that. If again, leave comments with feedback if you have ideas for ways of improvement. It's really cold today, so I've got like this stuffy, drippy nose. I guess that's kind of contradictory, but anyway, so sorry if I'm a whole bunch. Forgive me, but yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for this one. So thanks if you tuned in for the whole way, and I hope you'll find this useful. And if you're writing songs, you can maybe apply it or, you know, use it in the future. That'd be pretty cool. So hope it's helpful, and these big picture ideas of music will be something that I can continue providing to be helpful in the future. So I'm just kind of rambling now, which I guess is the sign that the video's over, and also my hair is getting in my face. So I think I'll end it here. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.